Okay, YouTubers, this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is part 2 of your bonus video for martial arts because the stupid phone call was apparently spam. I mean, they wouldn't stop, so I had to answer the damn thing. Alright, so the thing with learning a martial art, the first thing you gotta do is learn that motherfucker's weaknesses so that you can change the weaknesses into a strength. Now, I'm pretty sure that none of you have probably heard that term or understand what that means. I'm 5'3" and a half. I didn't take martial arts to be an expert at martial arts. I took martial arts to be an expert at how to dismantle all of them. I know that sounded fucked up, right? But I'm not wrong. And I'm explaining that. See, martial arts, to a lot of people don't believe that martial arts have weaknesses. Everything in existence has a weakness on some level or another. And if you don't know that, then you probably haven't been living life that long or just aren't aware. Knowledge is power. Everything has a weakness. Every person also has a weakness, rather it be a physical or a mental or just a matter of the heart. All right? Like some people will do anything to protect their family. Some people will do anything to just like, fuck them. I don't give a shit about my family or anybody else. I only care about me. And there are those people who will do both, that will die for their family or die for the girl they love. Or it's no bullshit behind this shit, you know. But everything has and everyone has a weakness. Every martial art is no different. You know, every martial art has a weakness. You just have to, oh shit. You have to figure out the person you're fighting, what is weak about their skill level, or what is weak about their where's the volume on this damn thing, or everything. Either something in their skill set is weak, or the martial art itself is weak. Now, for the most part, martial arts, if I can sound like a hypocrite for a second, it's not exactly the martial art that's weak, it's the motherfucker using the martial art. But there's always a chink in the armor. God, that sounds racist as fuck. I'm sorry. If you're Asian and you took that the wrong way, then that's on you. But it did sound racist as fuck. The martial art thing, you know, you have to figure it out. All right, like height. Some martial arts, the height is not for you because of that martial art. Like I said, if you're 6'5", 6'6", down to 6'2", it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to use Kung Fu because depending on either you're going to have long arms or long legs or just a long mid-torso, you know. And these are the things that determine your height. So in case people don't get this confused, I don't have long arms or long legs. And my torso, if you took like from my groin down, it would be the same size as my leg or the same size as my arms. And you can tell by how like this goes, my hands go right there. So I'm a little bit longer than probably some, or I'm a little shorter than some. And your height is basically determined by you're either gonna have a long torso, long arms, or long legs. Alright? If you have extremely long limbs, Kung Fu is gonna be difficult for you to use it. Which is why I said 6 foot and below, all martial arts is good to go. 6'2" and above, not every martial art can show you love. Now that 6'1" again is on that cusp of I can go to the long linky martial arts or I can go to the closer range martial arts. Alright? A lot of the Chinese martial arts are a closer range. A lot of the Korean and Japanese martial arts may vary depending on the style of teaching. But also with the Chinese martial arts, there's northern and southern for whichever region of the people is taller. Those are the martial arts you want to take. Where whichever other regions of the people are shorter, if you're short like me, you can do both. You can do long range and short range. And I tell you this because here's the thing. I have a policy that people will not agree with outside of the fight for your belt policy. My policy is that you must train with everyone in the dojo. And mostly because of height and body. Alright? You got to train with different body sizes so you'll know how to combat people of different body sizes. You have to train with different heights so you'll know how to combat people with different heights. And this is rarely explored in martial arts in schools. And it's also rarely done by the students as an initiative, because students get a little bit freaked out when you got to look at a guy who's like towering and you're like, oh, fuck. But see, that old fuck is what will get your ass kicked in the streets. Because instead of sparring with that guy, you're like, nah, dude, you're too fucking tall. I don't want to spar with you because you're too tall. That right there would be the one checkpoint that would get your ass kicked if you were in the streets. Because sometimes you can't walk away. I'm small. I can never walk away. Because 9 times out of 10, if I try, the bigger guys are going to be like, oh, punk ass bitch, you think you're going to outwalk me? You think you're going to get away? And then I got to hurt somebody. Alright? Because of the simple fact that I'm a tiny man, most people that are taller than me want to take the advantage and think, oh, you trying to walk away? Nah, motherfucker, it's on. How dare you turn your back and walk away from me? And I'm not walking away because I'm scared. I'm walking away because what happens next is I'm probably going to have to kill you without weapons, because I am the weapon. And you don't know that because male pride kicked in, and you're like, psh, motherfucker, I will fuck this little motherfucker up. You will try. And I need to make this clear for everybody watching. There's a difference between thinking you can fight and knowing you can fight, especially if you've never actually been in a fight. And even if you've been in a few fights, there's always going to be somebody who may have your number, unless you are prepared for that. You can't beat everybody. And I have 2 policies. My old policy was, I don't have to beat you to kill you. My new policy is, I'm not going to beat you, but I am going to cripple you. So even though you have a fighting chance of winning, you have a fighting chance of never being able to fight anyone else ever the fuck again fucking with me. I'm not dangerous. I'm not Bruce Lee fucking dangerous. I am 52. So I have 2 options. Cripple or kill. Situation be damned. I'm going to try to cripple you. But if I have to kill you, that shit's on you. Because all you have to do is just let me go about my motherfucking business. Which is a lot of problem with male pride. I.e., if you have too much of that shit, pride cometh before a falleth, and then you're going to find yourself in a hospital or in the morgue. I don't ever want to kill anybody. That was my job. I was 11 Bravo. I had one job in the Army. I didn't like it, and I didn't choose it. I was just really stupid with math, so I got infantry. Prior to learning anything about infantry, and I was a street fighter and a martial artist. I'm a much better street fighter and a martial artist than I am with the firearm. I don't like guns. They're for cowards and cops and ICE. And fuck you, Dean Cain. But you'll figure out your niche. But a lot of us, as men, we got this bite off more than we can chew policy, and we don't think before we open up our mouths. I have never been that guy. I've always been that guy, look, I'm going to walk away until I can't. If I'm in a situation where it's you or me and you won't let me go home, or I'm going home, there's just 2 things going to happen. Either you're going to let me go home, or I'm going to make you let me go home. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. There's no third way. Because if home is around you or through you, I'm going to do one or the other. If I can go around you, I'm going to go around you. But if you decide, no you don't, then I'm going to try to go this way. And if you decide, no you don't, now you've given me the only option I have left. I'm going through you. Now I know you're 5'3". You ain't beating nobody. Everybody whose ass I've ever beat have thought that exact same shit. And then they found out. Height don't mean you can't fight. Strength don't mean you can't. What happens is experience will always be your teacher. And if you've never been in a motherfucking fight, or you've been in fights with people who can't fight, that doesn't mean you're going to be a great fighter when you go against somebody who's been fighting since before you existed. And that is the thing you have to point out to people. Look, I'm 52. You don't know how many fights I've been in before you were born. You know how many people I've had to whoop to just get home because they thought that they was going to beat my ass. And that's the thing about that, man. The second that you think you can't get beat will be the day that you get your ass beat. Now, I don't think I can get beat. Know why? Because you're going to have to kill me to stop me. And that's the problem that a lot of people don't have. I don't have the mentality of me being invincible. No, I'm definitely not invincible. I don't have the mentality of me being unstoppable. No, I'm definitely not unstoppable. But up here, I already have the game plan on. Either you're going to let me go home peacefully, or I'm going to go through you to get home. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is Kung Fu Number 2. Be seeing you.